Official timeout. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the playing court. So get out and we'll have the opportunity to win 2 wheelchair tickets to the destination to the United States. Tonight in Campbell University welcomes all our friends from Lee County and thanks you for being a supporter of Campbell basketball.
27-16.
That's the high point. Give yard.
The Terriers have allowed 8 teams to shoot better than 50%. It will be Wofford basketball as we get the second half underway. Fitzpatrick, Neely, Best, King, and Davis return for the Camels. Bensel, Gilliard, Harp, Bailey, and Chadwick return for the Terriers. Best with the foul inside as he tries to prevent the shot down low from Gilliard. Corey Best will be whistled for the foul. That's the first on the sophomore from out of Pike High School in Wilson, and it's the team's first here in half number 2. So Terrence Gilliard will go to the line. As we said earlier, he's the leading scorer and the top rebounder for the Terriers. 6.2 rebounds per game. Gilliard with only 2 field goals and 4 points in the first half. Free throw is up and good. Gilliard now with 5 and make it 6 as the second free throw is good as well. 42-30. The Campbell lead is down to 12. Best working across the timeline right through the center jump circle. Gives it away to Fitzpatrick out of the midcourt area. He sends it down the near sideline to Neely. Scott coming inside on the drive, banks it up and in.
Good work by Neely. He had a drive past Chadwick and then changed his shot over Gilliard. A nice move inside by Neely going to the baseline. Neely, who started out with a poor shooting performance on it, has now hit his last 3 shots.
Scott now with 8. The shot from out on the wing from Bensel. Off the mark, no good. Ball loose in the lane. Gilliard had it knocked away, recovered by King. Ahead to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick across the timeline. Away left side to Davis. Davis inside on the drive. Running one-hander, no good. But we've got a whistle and a foul on the play. Check it. A travel called on Davis.
Would have looked nice in the NBA, but this isn't the NBA. In the NBA, they would allow that move into the lane, an extra step to get your position inside and knock down the jumper. But unfortunately, this is not the next level, I guess you could say.
Bensel will shoot for 3 right side. In and out, no good. Rebound controlled by King as both Andre and Neely were there defensively for Campbell. Ahead to Best. Corey on the drive inside by Bailey. Drops it off to Davis. Got caught too far inside. Out top to Neely. Away foul line now to Best. Corey coming inside. Leans in. Puts up the shot too strong. No good. Best able to run down his own miss. He'll shoot for 3 left side. In and out. No good. Ball still loose inside. And finally knocked away out of bounds. Referee Mike Palmer says it was last touched by Bailey, so it will still belong to Campbell.
Despite the missed shot, good recognition by Andre King. He was boxing out, but when he realized that Best got the ball, he set his screen on the left block, and that allowed Best to fire away a wide-open three-pointer that just rattled out for it.
Neely for 3 right side, and it's good.
That was a 3, but it wasn't wide open for sure. Arp was right in his face, and Neely still canned a 3.
That's the 3rd three-pointer of the night for the senior from Granger, Indiana. Check it, his 3rd of the night, 4th field goal. 43 now on the year for Neely. 47-30. Camels in front by 17. We've got a whistle and a foul inside at the other end. The foul is on Charles Davis. That's his first, team's second. And Chris Arp will go to the line to shoot 2.
I was trying to flash to you is that I think Neely has hit his last 4 shots. Hit 2 3-pointers at the end of the first half, and now he's hit a shot in the lane, and then he hit that 3-pointer there. So he's hit his last 4 shots after starting out 0 of 5 from the field.
Hart misses the first free throw. This one is good, however. First point of the game for the junior out of Monticello, Georgia. 47-31. Campbell leading by 16. Neely across the timeline. Gives it away to Fitzpatrick right side. Down along the baseline to Best. Corey inside. Would not fall. Davis with the follow. Banks it up and in.
Good work. Davis had position inside after he got the rebound. He waited, came back down with it, then made a head fake and went right back up and in with the move. Good patience inside by Davis.
That's the first 2 points of the game for Charles. At the other end, we've got a whistle and a travel called inside on Gilliard as he tried to work his way into the lane. That last bucket by Neely gave him 11 on the night. Also, I can tell you that's the 12th time this year that Neely has been in double figures, but only the 3rd time in the last 6 games. Scott has struggled a bit here of late offensively. Neely gives it away left side to Fitzpatrick. He'll dump it down low to King. Andre from along the left baseline would not fall. Tap followed by Best, no good. Ball loose on the floor. Finally recovered by Chadwick.
Good effort inside by Best, going up against a bigger Arp. Best in there getting his left hand on the ball and almost getting the follow through to go. I'm sure head coach Richard Johnson would hope that Arp would be able to box out better underneath and not allow the smaller Best to get in there with almost a tap through.
Arp shot inside, blocked away by King. Andre able to pick it out of the air, pushes it ahead to Fitzpatrick. Gets a screen from Davis as he moves right side on the dribble. Now underneath to Charles. Charles in the lane. Short jumper is good.
Nice power move by Charles. He posted up there in that right block and then spun in. And then when he turned and faced the bucket in the air, he hung there just momentarily to allow the defender to go back down towards the floor and allowed him to knock down the easy jumper in the lane for Charles.
At 51-31. Camels led by 14 at halftime, and they've expanded that margin here in the first 3.5 minutes of period number 2.
Charles Davis has got the start tonight in place of the regular starter George Miller, and Davis has looked a lot more confident on offense. He hasn't been forcing up any shots. He's been taking the shots that come his way and not just looking for his offense, but taking it when the offense does works its way towards Charles Davis.
Gilliard down in the left corner, coming outside, sends it cross court to Bailey. Bailey coming into the lane, lost control of the basketball, recovers, and then scores inside.
Good recovery there by Bailey. As he said, he went in, the ball bounced off his foot, I think, and went high into the air. Then he grabbed it and maintained composure to knock down the short jumper in the lane.
Bailey now in double figures with 10 to lead Wofford. Best inside, hands it off to Davis. Charles cannot get the shot to fall as he was bumped and fouled on the play. Davis will go to the line to shoot 2. After the foul on Terrence Gilliard. That's his first, and it's the team's first here in the second half.
Davis was going strong to the hole that time, too, trying to drop it in with a two-handed jam. He was going hard to the hoop with that one. ECU leading Richmond by 10, 38-28 at halftime in Greenville, North Carolina, just down the road. And UNC Asheville on top of Winthrop by 5 from Rock Hill, South Carolina. It's the Bulldogs 42, the Eagles 37. That's the halftime score of that ball game as well.
Let me correct the foul. They say it's now on Joey Malone. That's his third instead of on Gilliard. Davis at the foul line. First free throw came up short. Second one too strong, no good. Ball loose in the lane. Rolls out towards the foul line where Bensel runs it down. And then Bensel bumped down and fouled on the play as Corey Best climbed his back. Best will pick up his second foul. That's the team's third. Holden checks back into the game for the Camels. He will replace Corey Best. Also, John Dillon returns for the Terriers. 51-33, Campbell leading by 18 with 15:50 remaining here in the second half at Carter Gym in Bowies Creek. Camels trying to win their 5th in a row. Dillon gives it away left side to Gilliard. Gilliard back out top now to Dillon. Away to Bailey left side. Holden tightening up on him. Away to Chadwick. Chadwick will shoot for 3 left side. Came up short off the side of the rim, but Bailey is there to tip it up and in.
Bailey and Davis are both battling for the basketball. Davis is right behind Bailey. Luckily, Davis wasn't called for coming over the back on Bailey as Davis tried to get in there and snatch away that defensive board.
Bailey now with a dozen, 51-35. It's a 16-point Campbell lead. Neely out at the top of the key, thought about the three, instead gives it away left side to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick back out front now to Hurst. He'll turn and give it right back to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick coming out into the midcourt area, away now to Holden. Shot clock down inside of 10, away to Fitzpatrick. He'll shoot for three. This one came up short. Davis inside with the rebound. Follow up in the lane is good.
Nice move there inside by Charles Davis. He got the rebound, took it down. I thought that was a mistake when he dropped the ball below his waist, but then brought it straight back up in traffic and somehow got the off-balance shot to go. Once you get a board inside, the big men don't usually like to drop it down below their waist, but that time it worked out all right for Davis.
Davis now with 6, all here in the second half. It's 53-35. Campbell in front by 18. Chadwick out of the midcourt area, puts it on the floor, comes down left of the lane, leans in on Holden. Foul line jumper is good. Seth Chadwick with his first points of the second half. He's got 7. 53-37. Campbell leading by 16 as Billy Lee is up out of his seat across the way, shouting out the call offensively. Fitzpatrick, alley-oop inside to Davis for the jam.
Ouch. Malone was backpedaling. He was looking, watching the ball, and anticipating a rebound. What he saw instead was Davis coming up his back and slamming the ball home.
Davis now with 8. 55-37. Campbell on top. Bailey coming outside near the timeline. Gives it away to Gilliard. Gilliard coming inside the three-point circle. Off balance shot, no good. Tap followed by Bailey, would not drop. Ball knocked outside, recovered by Neely. Scott down the near sideline, right in front of our courtside location. Underneath to Holden. Keith caught too far inside. Back out top to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick, alley-oop underneath to Davis. Charles inside, banks it up and in.
Malone is mismatch, with Davis inside. Davis got position, and actually Davis was laying down to the floor here at the end of that last play. He got back up, came down the floor. A good decision to begin with by Fitzpatrick to back it out and reset the offense, then got it inside for Davis, and Davis did a nice move of forcing it up over Malone.
Davis now in double figures for the third time this year with 10, and Wofford wants it.
Than 50%, much of the night, 54% for the field right now. And one of the big players in that has been Charles Davis here in the second half, getting inside and getting those high percentage shots inside, those dunks and those layups. So shoot that percentage on up as the Camels are shooting well above 50% from the floor.
Campbell shooting 55% right now, 24 of 44. Wofford 16 of 36, 44%. Crenshaw down along the right baseline, had it knocked away out of bounds. Wofford will maintain possession as Corey Best checks back into the game. As Best returns, Neely sits down. Campbell leading by 20 with exactly 13 minutes left to play. Gilliard gets it into Dillon. Dillon coming outside on the dribble. Campbell in the man-to-man. Out top now to Gilliard. Away left side to Miller, who's back into the contest. They swing it right side to Gilliard. Gilliard from out on the wing came up way short. Fitzpatrick runs it down in the near corner. He loops it ahead to Best. Corey along the sideline, sends it back out top to Fitzpatrick. Away now to Holden. Keith well out behind the three-point circle, backs it up near the timeline, changing the play offensively. Gives it away to Best, now to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick to Hurst at the top of the circle. Shot clock down to 15 seconds. Dennis moves right side on the dribble. Needs some help. Ball knocked away momentarily by Miller. And we've got a whistle and a foul on Natter Miller. That's going to be his first, and it's the team's second. Dillon sits down for the Terriers. Jeff Bensel is back into the game. Campbell with Holden, Fitzpatrick, King, Hurst, and Best on the floor right now. Holden out on the wing, gets a screen from Davis. He'll come top of the key, jump pass away to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick takes it down into the left corner, needs some help, loops it back out top to Holden. Away now right side to Hurst. Dennis puts it on the floor a couple of times, away to Best. Corey will shoot for three left side, came up short. King inside with the rebound, follow up no good. Ball loose in the lane, finally recovered by Gilliard. Outlet ahead to Bensel. Bensel across the timeline, down the near side, out onto the wing. We've got a whistle and a foul inside against the Camels. It's going to be on Andre King. The foul on King is his first. That's the team's fourth here in the second half. Jay Bailey back into the game for Wofford. He replaces McCarthy Kernshaw. 57-37. Campbell still in front by 20 with 11:49 remaining. Bensel's pass intended in the near corner for Gilliard. Gets away over the baseline out of bounds. Gilliard never expecting the pass, never cut his eyes towards the basketball. And the ball sailed right over the top of his head, out of bounds into the pep band.
Almost hit him in the head. Almost hit him on the side of the head as he was making a cut along that baseline there. Sailed, as you said, right over the top of his head into the stands, but he would have gotten knocked in the head of that thing if it was just a little bit lower.
Best inside on the drive, fouled underneath as he starts up. Best will go to the line to shoot free throws. After the foul on Natter Miller, that's his second, team's third. With that, Scott Neely gets back into the game. Jim Fitzpatrick will get a breather. So Corey Best to the line. Best with 7 points on the night, all in the first half. Corey comes into the game shooting 77% at the line. That is 10th best in the tag. First free throw is up and good. Corey now with 8. Best had 7 points and 8 rebounds in the game on Saturday at Florida Atlantic. That broke a string of 5 straight games in double figures. Second shot good as well. Best now with 9. Campbell's leading by 22 at 59-37. Bensel across the timeline, moving right side on the dribble. Now cuts back towards the top of the key. Sends it away left side to Miller. Miller from out on the wing for 3. Too strong, no good. King inside with the rebound. Ahead to Neely. Scott working across the timeline, down the far side, in front of the scorer's table. Sends it cross court to Hurst. Out top now to Holden, away to Best. Best holds it high above his head, now puts it on the floor. Back out top to Neely. Near side to Holden. Holden looking down low for King. Instead takes it into the corner on the drive. Gets bumped on the play by Bailey, and in doing so, steps out of bounds.
Wanted a foul there. Looked like he might have gotten the foul, but after he stepped on the baseline and give it right back to Wofford. Wofford, despite being down by 22, Ron, seemed after the timeout to be working a little bit harder on offense. I think head coach Richard Johnson was not very pleased at how they'd almost given up. Now they seem to be cutting better off the ball and working harder on the offensive end of the floor.
Bensel will shoot for 3 right side. Bensel with his second field goal of the night. He's got 5. That's his 13th three-pointer of the year for the freshman from Greenville, South Carolina, who played at Eastside High School and averaged almost 23 points per game last year as a senior. 59-40. Wofford within 19 with just over 10 minutes left to play. Neely's pass inside intended for Hurst. Knocked away out of bounds by Gilliard. It will still belong to Campbell. Charles Davis getting set to check back in. Charles returns for Hurst. Neely, King, Davis, Best, and Holden on the floor right now. Campbell with the basketball, leading by 19, 59-40. Neely at the top of the key, underneath to King. Andre from down along the left baseline, and it's up and good.
It's good to see Andre having a good game tonight. 6 of 10 from the field, means he's taking good shots inside, and he has been working on that jumper he can from the baseline about 16 or 17 feet out, which helps add to his game, which means it'll clear things out inside where the defender underneath has to come out and guard him. And we've also seen tonight he has moves to take the player to the hole, so he can do a lot of different things, and he's really added to his game here late in the season.
Bensel bangs in another 3, this time from out of the deep right corner. Back-to-back threes by Bensel. He's got 8. 61-43. The Campbell lead is 18 with 9.5 minutes remaining. Best at the top of the key, away right side to Neely. Neely gives it back out top to Best. Foul line, the pass comes now to Davis. Charles will pull the trigger. Too strong, no good. Rebound controlled by Art. He'll wait for traffic to clear, sends it ahead to Bensel. The pass goes down the near sideline into the corner now to Bailey. Bailey coming back out top, followed out front by King. In the corner now to Chadwick. Chadwick moving outside on the left-handed dribble, followed out onto the wing, and out top of the key now by Neely. Back inside to Bailey. Bailey from down along the right baseline able to score. Bailey now with 14. Wofford all of a sudden within 16 at 61-45, and Billy Lee wants a 20-second timeout, and he will get one just as soon as Corey Best comes across the timeline. So the Camel stopped the clock momentarily with 8:46 remaining here in the second half. The lead that has been over 20 on several occasions is now down to only 16 at 61-45.
I think Coach Lee's a little bit disappointed in the fact that it's been a almost dead effort from the Camels here the past couple of minutes. And both teams, it seems that way. It seems to be a ho-hum, how-do-you-do type of action by both ball clubs moving up and down the floor. I'm sure, as we said before, the 20-second timeout is used as a momentum builder or a momentum stopper. This sort of here is sort of a wake-up call for the Campbell, saying, hello, 8:46 to play. Let's continue to get something constructive out of this, because they've got a big game coming up on Saturday against the College of Charleston, and I'm sure they want a good, solid effort here in the final 8:46.
Crenshaw coming out of the game. He will be replaced by Arp. Crenshaw will have to wait for the next dead ball to check into the game. Neely, left of the circle, behind the three-point arc, away to Holden. He'll shoot right side for three. This one off the side of the rim, no good. Then the ball bounces high into the air and over the backboard. Out of play, it will belong to Wofford. Crenshaw now checks into the game as Arp will sit down. 61-45, Campbell in front by 16 with 8.5 minutes left to play. Bensel moving left side as he breaks the timeline towards the Wofford bench, takes it all the way into the corner, tried to drop it off to Gilliard. Ball got knocked away into the hands of Bailey, and Bailey able to score from out on the right wing. Bailey now with 16, and Wofford within 14 at 61-47, and it's starting to get quiet here in Carter Gym as some of the students starting to get a little uneasy. Holden at the top of the key, picks up his dribble, needs some help, gives it away to Best. Corey puts it on the floor, moves left side on the dribble, comes inside the three-point arc, underneath intended for King, ball knocked away, and we've got a whistle and a foul on the play against the Terriers. It's going to be on Crenshaw. That's his first, and it's the team's fourth. Holden sits down. Jim Fitzpatrick back into the game. Fitzpatrick sends it inbounds to Best. Corey makes a jumping catch right in front of us. Out top to Fitzpatrick. Back near side to Neely. We've got a whistle and a foul away from the action. A foul inside against the Terriers. It's going to be on Bailey. That's his second, and it's the team's fifth.
You mentioned Bailey with 16 points. He's had a good night offensively for the Terriers. 8 of 10 shooting from the floor. He hasn't taken many bad shots, and 80% of the shots he's taken, he's knocked down. So Bailey, probably the go-to guy here in the final 7:41 for the Terriers.
Neely inside on the drive, gets called for the offensive foul as Crenshaw stepped in and took the charge. The foul on Neely will be his second. That's the team's fifth, and all of a sudden, Wofford with a chance to get to within 12 or maybe even 11, this time down floor with still 7.5 minutes left to play here in Buies Creek. Bensel across the timeline, loops it down the near side to Bailey. He'll come back out near the midcourt stripe and hand it away to Bensel. Fitzpatrick with the assignment there. Bensel jump pass away foul line to Crenshaw. Crenshaw turns and faces Best. Now gives it away to Chadwick. Away to Bailey. He'll take it down into the corner. Baseline jumper right side. Would not fall. They crash the boards. Finally recovered by Best. Corey across the timeline. Drops it off to Fitzpatrick. Thought about the three. Comes inside the arc. Tried to hand it away to Davis. Ball got knocked away. Loose on the floor. And finally, McCarthy able to reach in and tie up King and Davis. The possession arrow points in favor of Campbell.
And Andre getting down there like an offensive lineman, clearing some room for the fullback to get through there. Put his shoulder down and got his hands in there and helped out Davis to tie up the Wofford ball player underneath that pile there. And that kind of an effort by Davis and King give the Campbells the ball back after what probably was not a very auspicious move by Fitzpatrick. The pass inside was a little bit behind and to the left of Charles Davis, so the Campbells lucky to get the ball back.
Game clock now inside of 7 minutes remaining. Fitzpatrick down low to King. Andre inside, leans in and banks it up over the top of Chadwick.
Chadwick and King matched up down there, a mismatch. Chadwick at only 6'4", and 180 trying to match up against the 6'7", 220 Andre King.
King now with 15. Malone inside, had it stripped away by Neely. Bailey runs it down out near the timeline. 63-47, Campbell in front by 16 with 6.5 minutes left to play. Chadwick at the top of the key, sends it away right side to Bailey. Now to Bensel. He'll come foul line on the drive, drops it off to Gilliard. Gilliard inside on the drive, stepped on the baseline underneath. No, they're going to say it was a foul against the Camels. It's on Hurst. Gilliard may have stepped out of bounds, but the reason he did so is because he was fouled by Dennis Hurst. That's his sixth team foul charge to Campbell. Gilliard in the lane, coming off a screen, able to score down low off the glass. Gilliard now with 8. 63-49. It's a 14-point Campbell lead. Fitzpatrick across the timeline, right side to Neely. Picks up his dribble, looking inside, instead gives it away to Fitzpatrick. Now down low to King. Andre from down along the left baseline, able to score once again.
Good work by the Camels, working the ball around and getting it to Andre King. 8 of 12 for the floor so far tonight. Matched up with Malone down low, and Malone has shown tonight he cannot keep up with Andre King in the low post area. And King once again proving that he's better than Malone inside, using some fakes and getting the bucket to go.
Gilliard scoring from down along the left baseline. Gilliard now in double figures with 10. 65-51. Campbell on top by 14 still as the two teams start to trade baskets. Best out at the top of the circle, backing into the foul line on Bensel. Lost control of the dribble, recovered by Gilliard. He'll hand it away to Chadwick. Chadwick moving right side, caught in the double team, gives it away left side to Bailey. Bailey coming into the lane, out top to Bensel. Back to Chadwick right side. Chadwick out behind the three-point circle, comes outside on the left-handed dribble near the timeline. Pushes the pass left side away to Bailey. Bailey well out behind the arc, sends it back left side to Chadwick. Chadwick will shoot for 3 from right in front of the Wofford bench, and it's good as it started to go in. Looked like it was going to rattle out and then fell back through. Chadwick now in double figures with 10. That's his second three-pointer of the night, and the Camels want a timeout to talk things over. That is the first timeout of the night used by the Camels. So timeout on the floor. 4:49 left to play with our score now. Campbell 65 and Wofford 54.
Wofford, meanwhile, shooting 51%. Camels need a good effort here on in the final 5 minutes to really get a victory, and not only that, to try to actually get a double, I guess 2 times double-digit victory, a 20-point victory. The Camels have not played very well here in the late.
Charles Davis getting free inside for the jam. Davis now with a dozen, all here in the second half. That pushes the lead back up to 13 at 67-54. Chadwick out at the top of the key. Looking inside, puts it on the floor a couple of times, now backs up towards the timeline, works towards the foul line against Holden. Pass intended for Art, knocked away, recovered by Hurst. Ahead to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick across the timeline, away to Neely. He'll shoot for 3. Off the side of the rim, no good. Bailey inside, able to pull down the miss as he had inside position on Holden. Bensel walks across the timeline, moves right side on the dribble, gives it away top of the circle to Chadwick. Holden tightening up defensively. Chadwick hands it away to Art. He'll come out towards the timeline, picks up his dribble, needs some help, hands it away to Bailey. Back to Chadwick. Jumping catch at the top of the key, 10 seconds to shoot. Chadwick from the foul line, off balance shot, too strong, no good. Rebound controlled by Neely. He'll turn, wait for everybody to head up for, and then drop it back to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick across the timeline, calling out the offense, marking out the call and giving the sign with the uplifted left hand. Away to Hurst. Dennis coming out top, wanted to go back door to Neely, could not, instead hands it away to Holden. Holden, several steps behind a three-point circle, gives it away to Fitzpatrick. He'll come inside on the drive, drop it off to Holden, layup is good.
And give Fitzpatrick another assist for that, his 12th for the night. Nice dribble penetration by Fitzpatrick, finding Holden wide open along the left side for the 2.
Keith Holden matching his career high with 13. Pass inside intended for Gilliard, knocked away, recovered by Davis. Ahead to Fitzpatrick. Here come the Camels. Fitzpatrick out top to Neely. Neely looking inside for Davis, instead puts it on the floor and gives it away to Hurst. Dennis holds it high above his head, sends it back out near the timeline to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick away to Holden. He'll come by Bensel. Baseline jumper left side is up and good.
Nice move there by the freshman Keith Holden, using his dribble to create some opening for him and knock down the jumper.
Holden now with a new career high of 15, 71-54. Campbell in front by 17, and Chadwick shuffles his feet as he tried to make a move down the right baseline. That will give it right back to the Camels as Zach Livers checks in, and Dennis Hurst will sit down.
Well, the Wofford rally cart that was rolling before the timeout has sort of slowed down here, and now the wheels seem to be falling apart. I need to pull into a service station to maybe get some new wheels on the cart, but with 2:17 left, there'd have to be some pretty neat wheels and maybe an engine overhaul to speed down through the final 2:17 here and try to squeak out a victory.
Well, the Terriers' bark right now is a lot worse than their bite, I guess you could say. Although most people probably wouldn't. Miller into the game. George Miller with a three-pointer right side. Too strong, no good. Rebound controlled by Neely. Out top to Livers. Zach inside on the drive. Gives it away to Fitzpatrick. Three-pointer from out on the wing is up and good.
Livers with the screen. If you could get assists for setting screens, Livers would get one there. That screen there allowed Fitzpatrick to get outside and can a wide-open three.
Jim with his second three-pointer of the night. He's got 8. Ball knocked away inside over the near sideline. It will still belong to Wofford with 1:41 left to play, and the lead back up to 20 all of a sudden at 74-54. Scott Gurley checks into the game, the junior from out of Statesville. He's played in only 3 games prior to tonight, and he's not played in his last 7 games, but he gets some playing time here in the late going against Wofford. Inbounds pass intercepted by Gurley, had it taken away by Dillon. Dillon cannot get the shot to fall inside. Ball gets knocked away out of bounds, and they say it's going to belong to Wofford. 1:35 left. Campbell leading by 20, 74-54. So the Camels will win their 5th in a row and improve to 10-6 on the year. Scott Talley's into the game. His shot in the lane off the inbounds play would not fall. Then we've got a whistle and a foul against the Camels on the battle for the rebound. That's going to be the 7th foul on the Camels here in the half. It's the first on Zach Livers, and it will send Terrence Gilliard to the line to shoot 2.
Both teams have shot quite well tonight. Ron Wofford 48% for the field and 35% from three-point range from the field. Looks like 24 of 50, and from three-point range, 5 of 14 for Wofford. Campbell, meanwhile, 54% for the field in the ball game, 31 of 57, and 38% from three-point range, 8 of 21. The Camels lead the TAC in three-point shooting accuracy with that season long. I believe it's a 38% from beyond three-point range, which leads the TAC.
And actually, the Camels are 23rd in the nation right now in three-point shooting as well. Both free throws up and good for Gilliard. He's got a dozen, 74-56. Campbell in front by 18. Pass intended for Fitzpatrick. Knocked away, recovered by Dillon. Away to Page, and Page will score inside on the drive. George Page with his first points of the night, 74-58. Campbell in front by 16 with 70 seconds remaining. Livers coming across the timeline. Zach inside on the drive. Shot underneath would not fall, but we've got a whistle and a foul on the play on Wofford. The foul will be on Scott Talley. That's his first. 16 fouls against the Terriers, but Zach found in the act of shooting will go to the line for 2.
Some other scores, Ron. East Carolina leading the Spiders of Richmond by 7 at 43-36 with 15.5 minutes to play in the second half of that ball game from Minji's Coliseum. And in Rock Hill, it's UNC Asheville by 3 over Winthrop in a Big South Conference battle. 11:02 to play in that contest.
First free throw up and good. Livers now with 3. And make it 4. Second free throw good for Zach. 76-58, 1 minute remaining. Crenshaw coming inside on the drive, left it short. Page with the rebound. Page on the follow, banks it up and in. George Page with back-to-back field goals. He's got 4. 76-60 with 49 seconds left. We've got a whistle and a foul stopping play as Fitzpatrick trying to work across the timeline. The foul will be on Scott Talley. That's his second, team's 7th. And Jim Fitzpatrick will go to the line. Fitzpatrick with 8 points so far tonight. Fitzpatrick, a 74% shooter on the year. He's 17 of 23 at the foul line. Free throw in and out, however. Crenshaw with the rebound, and we've got a whistle and a foul against the Camels. That stops the clock with 48 seconds left.
Was that really necessary? He had the rebound. Let him have it. I mean, it's all it does is stop the clock with 48 seconds to play. Kind of a touchy foul there from the official. Kind of think that he would just let that go. Let the man have the rebound.
The foul was on Livers. That's his second, team's 8th. Crenshaw to the line. Free throw too strong, no good. Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Livers, so Wofford will maintain possession. 76-60 now with 46 seconds left to play. Campbell ahead by 16. Page to make the inbounds pass. Does so to Gilliard, and Gilliard will score from down along the left baseline. Gilliard with 14. 76-62. Camels quickly to the other end, and Miller fouled inside on the drive. The foul will be on Talley. Talley, after coming into the game, has quickly gotten into the action with 3 quick fouls. 8 now here against the Terriers in half number 2.
I think George was thinking dunk all the way that time. I think he was going to try to force home the slam as he made his way towards the hoop along that baseline right there. But Talley, as you said, getting in the way and making a foul on old George.
Miller at the line where he shoots 65%. First free throw up and good. Second shot cleanly through as well. First 2 points of the game for the sophomore from Flint, Michigan. 78-62. Campbell in front by 16. 35 seconds left to play. Page coming inside from out on the left wing. Drops it off to Gilliard. His short right side. His shot right side came up short. Holding away with the miss for Campbell. Ahead to Fitzpatrick. Down the near sideline to Miller. George will shoot for 3. In and out, no good. Ball loose inside. Finally recovered by Talley. Had it taken away by Gurley. His shot underneath would not fall. Rebound controlled by Dillon. Dillon across the timeline. Coming inside on the drive will get called for the travel. That stops the clock with 5 seconds remaining. So the Camels will win their 5th in a row and improve to 10-6 on the year. Inbounds pass comes to Gurley. Ahead to Fitzpatrick. He'll give it back to Gurley. Scott will shoot for 3. It comes up short as the horn sounds, and this one is over. So the Camels improve to 10-6 on the year. They do so with a 16-point win over Wofford tonight, as now they look ahead to the big showdown on Saturday with the College of Charleston for first place in the TAC East Division. 78-62 the final. Stay with us. We'll be back with more right after this 2-minute timeout.